So before we head on over to meet Kelsey, I just want to reiterate this point. Unlocking the Heart Forge jumped me to 438 because my heart went from 428 to 483. This is what I'm talking about. Because I had a 75 Azerite power level on my heart, it was able to jump all the way up from 428 to 483, which brought my item level up from 433 to 438. So, I'm just saying, getting your Azerite up, as well as unlocking the Heart Forge, makes a big difference. Plus now, as I said, I should now be getting some essences from doing things that I wasn't getting before because I hadn't unlocked the Heart Forge yet. It's like, it doesn't give you access to that until you unlock the thing. Now, if you do some of that stuff, now it'll actually give you the essences that it would have given you had you already done that. So, now let's continue with the story as normal. Which I know, again, just pretend that we put off doing that Nazjatar intro stuff and Heartforge stuff until later. Okay?
Reporting for duty.
I found a whole nest of these guys. Are you ready to help me take them out?
Kelsey, we've known about Freehold, and, that's basically Tortuga for quite some time. This is nothing new.
This place is crawling with Ashvane loyalists. How about we do the Kul Tirans a favor and get rid of some of them? I have a head start on the way. Got a head start on the way here, but there's plenty to go around.
You are a very... You're a little bit more of a sinister gnome than you let on, aren't you, Kelsey?
I think Ashvane has been in contact with her loyalists, but I don't know what their orders are. Go into their camp and see if you can't read their mail. We might find something that leads back to where Lady Ashvane is hiding, or what their next move is going to be.
Well, the last time I was here, my computer had that hard crash, so...
Should have kept your nose clean, outsider.
It's too far away. I need to target something first. I'm out of range.
Ashvane will prevail.
Boy, do these guys look stupid once they find out what happened to her in the Eternal Palace.
Wrong place at the wrong time, friend.
Oh, I don't know about that. Oh gosh, come on. Let me target something else.
Damn!
You ain't ready.
Damn!
Can't attack that target.
There's one over here. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just Alright, fine. Oh my gosh, these guys with their stupid knockbacks. Seriously.
I don't have a target.
Seriously. Ugh. Fine, I'll kill all of you too. Okay, those stuns are just annoying.
I need a target.
Now you're just annoying me. Oh my gosh, that stupid no path available.
The penalty for trespassing is death.
Last mistake you'll ever make.
Damn it all!
I really would like to know what goes through these workers' minds when they really think that they can actually take on a demon hunter and win. Oh my gosh, that stupid stun. They should not be able to knock down and stun a demon hunter like that. These are just regular, like, pirates. Come on.
I don't have a target.
I feel like Ultron. You're bothering me. Hope you guys get that reference. Say what you will about that movie. I thought it was awesome. I loved that movie. And it's mainly because James Spader was an amazing Ultron.
New orders?
Nice work. They'll have a harder time recruiting now. A recipe, a personal letter, a grocery list? Oh, yeah, this is a coded communication. She rubs her chin and idly flips one of her knives as she thinks. She just has knives that she can just kind of twirl and flip around, just because that's how interesting of a gnome this is. I'm betting that whoever is in charge here has the cipher. Why don't you go pay them a visit and get it for us? I'm betting that one page of gibberish is a coded message. We can send it back to Stormwind to be cracked by our code breakers. Or we could break some heads and find the cipher here. I'm thinking we'll just save some time and do that. The guy in charge here probably has what we're looking for. Why don't you take him out and see if you can't find it? Even if you don't, without a leader, the Loyalists won't be much trouble. It's a win-win. Well, for us, I guess.
Let's see. Where is he? There he is. Well, well, what do we have here? A dead mainlander.
I can't attack that.
Not like this. I mean, dude, if you thought I was just some simple mainlander, you have no idea what demon hunters actually are.
Damn it! Oh.
But again, he says this regardless of what your class is. If you're a Death Knight, he'll say it. If you're a Mage or a Warlock, he'll say it. And I'm just like, really? This is why it's like, if he takes on either a Rogue, Warrior, or Hunter, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But and all the other classes is like, come on, man.
Ready for action.
Did you find a cipher? Or some kind of decoding gadget?
Yes, I found a decoder ring. He had it in a Cracker Jack box.
Ah, you can't go wrong with the classics, I guess.
She uses the ring to decode the message.
This is from Ashvane, all right. The date on here is pretty old, though. The patron that she mentions is something that they're gonna want to hear about back in Borealis. Well, it looks like Ashvane has been out of contact for some time, but this patron thing could be a problem. You did excellent work today. Those Loyalists aren't going to be thinking about causing trouble for a while, huh? I'll make my way back. You take the letter to the High Commander.
Alright. Just go ahead and use the Flight Master over here. Can I actually read this? Yep. I'll read that when we're on the Flight Master.
Fancy a cuppa? Look always to the sea.
Mr. Francis, as you no doubt have heard, I am no longer incarcerated in Tol de Gore. The circumstances were shall we say, interesting. Gather those who remain loyal and wait at the location that we discussed before. I will return shortly, but first I have a meeting with an important patron. We are not done yet, Lady Ashvane. Dated several weeks in the past. So, I doubt this, because this is dated several weeks ago, I doubt this is referring to Sylvanas. I'm pretty sure the patron is Queen Ajara, given what we know happens later in Nazjatar and in the Eternal Palace. So, in hindsight, it's like, man, how stupid was she to think that she could actually make a deal with someone like Ajara and come out on the good side of it. But then again, given all the stuff we've seen of some of those, like the over there, over here, the monastery, given the amount of old god stuff we saw over there and how many of those are clearly loyal to N'Zoth, well, some of the things here don't really make that much sense now, do they? Oh, now Shaw's over here. I guess we're listening on this meeting.
Your legend grows.
Reporting in, High Commander, I found this letter from Lady
By the
Ashvane.
light, the first strike belongs to us.
I knew Ashvane was treacherous, but siding with the Horde is a new low.
Ambition has a way of twisting. Wait. We are not alone. Show yourself!
Valera.
Not bad, Shaw.
Everyone stand down. Explain why you're here, Valera. Now.
I have a message for the Lord Admiral.
Can we trust her?
King Varian did.
I see. Then I will hear what she has to say.
Oh, okay. So yeah, if you're wondering why was Shaw like so cool about that just now, when he's like, everyone stand down. So, for those of you who didn't play a rogue in Legion, Valera is part of the Council of the Uncrowned. She has a seat at the Council of the Uncrowned in the Rogue Order Hall. Part of the campaign for the Order Hall of the Rogues was finding out that a Dreadlord had kidnapped Shaw and taken on his persona and was falsely impersonating Shaw and giving the Alliance and the Horde false intel about the Broken Shore scenario that started Legion. That's kind of important to the plot when you think about it. Because of that whole scenario at the beginning of Legion, the Broken Shore, and how much of a disaster it was, it's because we were getting literal false information from a Dreadlord to send us into a trap. Yeah, that's why it becomes a disaster and Varian ends up dying, because a Dreadlord gave us false information of just how strong the forces were that we were actually facing at the Broken Shore. They were making it sound as if, it's not that big of a force, and so both the Alliance and Horde are like, we got this, we just wrecked the Iron Horde and Warlords, we're gonna wreck the Legion, the Broken Shore, because they're nothing. And then we see how insanely large and dangerous of a force they actually are, and well, you guys know what happened after that. And in the Rogue Order Hall, you find out about the fact that it was the Dreadlord and not actually Shaw, and Shaw was a prisoner. So as the rogue player, we, along with the rest of the Uncrowned, look to free Matthias Shaw and get rid of the Dreadlord impersonating him. So because of that, there's that interaction that happened with Shaw and Valera, as well as the rest of the Uncrowned, including Ravenhold, Tess Greymane, and such, in the Rogue Order Hall. So that's why Shaw, he immediately recognizes and is familiar with Valera, because they have history. So he's like, everyone stand down. All right, Valera, explain why you're here. So
Fate smiles upon us.
also, it's important to note, Valera isn't necessarily a part of the Horde, even though she's a high elf. Not necessarily a blood elf, but a high elf. It's mainly because, she is more so often interacting with Alliance people because she was very close with Varian. She was a close friend. Not romantically or anything, but they were just really close friends going back to his time when he was having his memory loss and he was a gladiator fighter as Logosh. That's how far back her history with Varian goes. So she's always had more of a connection and with the Alliance and the Rins instead of the Horde just because of what race she is. And plus she's, as I said, she's part of the Uncrowned. She didn't care about the faction war. She cared about helping defeat the Legion and such. So if this was Ashvane's last communication, perhaps her meeting with this mysterious patron of hers did not go as she planned. We'll keep an eye on this. In the meantime, perhaps you had better speak with our guest. Of course, Shaw's the only one who's cool with Valera, because everyone else sees her and all they see is an elf. A blood elf. Although you could say she's more so an actual high elf than a blood elf. But, I don't think that distinction is really that important. So, anyways.
Let's talk.
I do what I can, as we all know.
Without a trace.
Don't shoot the messenger. So I like that Shaw here is gonna explain what's going on here. While he was the gladiator known as Logosh, King Varian fought beside Valera Sanguinar. He trusted her, and that allowed SI-7 to have a cordial relationship with her. Valera's loyalty has carried on to King Anduin. During the fight with the Legion, I came to know her as a capable, if independent, operative. She can go where even some of my agents cannot. We should listen to whatever message that she brings. I imagine that the source will be interesting.
Look to the shadows.
So, if you probably know what's going on because we saw the setup for this while we were playing as a Horde character. But now we get to see the other side where Valera makes her way over here to relay this message.
If I were you.
So what is your message, Valera?
Farewell.
Let's hear this message of yours.
Bane Bloodhoof seeks to right a wrong done to your family. He asks to meet with you in secret, off the coast of Theramore.
After all that the Horde has done, you have the audacity to...
The Banshee Queen has eyes everywhere. Theramore is one of the few places she is not watching.
Lady Jaina, Valera was one of King Varian's closest friends. If she says Bane seeks this meeting in defiance of Sylvanas, then I believe her.
You may not trust me, Lord Admiral, but King Anduin will vouch for both me and the chieftain.
I trust
That?
Varian, as I trust Master Shaw. That will have to do. Tell Bane that I agree to this meeting, but I am not going alone.
She's bringing me along.
The
Along
true
with Shaw.
battle lies ahead.
But, yeah. This is a nice reminder that it has to take the fact that they are saying, look, Varian trusted her, Anduin trusts her, because he does. He does know Valera, because, of course, of her past with his father. So, of course, he trusts Valera. And Anduin also knows Bane. He knows, he's had his history and connections with Bane and such. So, it has to take that reminder to get Jaina to settle down, because you saw her. She was ready to actually attack Valera. Just because she sees her and all she sees is the Horde. That's all she sees right now. Because that is still where Jaina is at in her mind. Her mindset. It's, kill the Horde, kill the Horde. That's where she's still at this point in her mindset. And it has to take a huge, jarring, impact of what's coming up soon here to shake her out of that. Anduin is very trusting. Varian was much less so and chose his friends and allies carefully. But Master Shaw has a finely tuned sense of paranoia, shall we say. If he believes Valera speaks the truth about Bane, then I am inclined to follow his lead. While I do trust that Valera believes she is not leading us into a trap, I do not trust this isn't a horde manipulation. I want you to come with me. I will meet with Bane, but I will not do so alone. Well, this will get me to heart level 76. Let's do it. Sail with Jaina to meet with Bane off the coast of Theramore and see another awesome cutscene.
I thought I saw you glance in my direction.
Oh, gosh. So this is what Theramore looks like now. Viewing the destruction of Theramore. Hold on a minute. What? Oh, come on. So you can't even get close to really look at the destruction. You have to stay here in order to see it as it currently is. Come on. Ooh, Blizzard. Let us go over and look at it. I've seen that version you just saw, which is if you're playing a lower level character, you still see Theramore as it was before the mana bomb went off, but come on.
What would you ask the Daughter of the Sea?
Her gaze remains on the ruins of Theramore as you approach her. So much was lost here. I wonder if that includes me. Not for the first time. I question if I am becoming my father. You kind of are, Jaina, but that's why I'm glad this next upcoming cutscene happens, because it kind of shakes you out of becoming that and heading that direction.
A single spark.
Lady Jaina, long has it been since we spoke peacefully in Theramore.
Theramore is gone. You did not ask me here to reminisce.
No. I have come to return one who was lost.
Derek. My own brother. I had thought better of you, Bane. So tell me, is he the Banshee's puppet? Crammed full of blight? Is he the bomb this time?
Yes. That was the plan. But Bane took me from Sylvanas before I was twisted to her will. I'm still your brother, Jaina. For as long as stars do shine.
Why?
The Horde has a sickness in it. We wage war while the Earth Mother dies. We have forgotten what truly matters, and my heart can bear it no longer.
Sylvanas will kill you for this. And she may not stop with you.
No life is worth living if we cannot be true to our nature. I return home to take what solace I can in my family. I hope you take solace in yours.
Bane! Thank you.
took her brother to shake her out of that.
I can hardly believe it's you. When I said sail, you were a child. And now... Lord Admiral.
So much has changed, Derek. There is something I must tell you.
I know about Father. The Horde spewed lies to poison me against you. But Bane explained the truth of what happened. You, Mother, and Tundra all endured so much. I'm pleased you have each other again, but... where does my path lead?
I don't know. But we will find the answer together.
I can't come home, can I?
No, not yet. But I know others who have been through this. I believe they can help you.
Will you come with me, Jaina? I don't know if I can do this alone.
Of course, Derek. No matter the storm, we will face it as family.
Yeah, obvious hinting at what was to come later on with Kalia. But yeah, as I was saying, it took... She in that moment was ready to actually attack Bane in a blind rage. And it took Derek basically to shake her out of it and really steer her away from the path she was heading, where she really was going down that path of thinking that the Horde needed to be genocided like her father reached. But fortunately, Derek was able to stop her from heading down that road.
It's Shaw. Matthias Shaw.
Take us back to Borealis, Shaw.
The job's not done yet.
Yes, it is. But yeah, it makes sense because given what we know about the likes of, for example, Greymane and his reaction to seeing Alonzus Fowl as an undead back in Legion, I'm not so sure if Greymane saw Derek, if he actually wouldn't, like, I don't know, either just, spit vile at him, or, just be like, he's just an undead monstrosity, or even attack him on sight. I don't know, because Greymane is basically at this point just anything that's undead, kill it, which is hilarious considering how many Death Knights are in the Alliance. I mean, for goodness sakes, you can make a Worgen Death Knight, for crying out loud, which apparently he has no problem with interacting with there, but if they're a Forsaken, kill them.
The Horde will fall.
He returned her brother? That took guts on his part. I wonder at the repercussions, both for Bane and for us here. Woohoo! 76. Naga attacks are on the rise, but that isn't all that we have to deal with. We've received word of increased Horde activity near Warfang Hold in Stormsong Valley. Send some of our operatives to investigate what they are doing. Huh. Do a mission at your mission table. Which I have to wait till the other champions I already have on missions come back in order to do this. Funny that apparently this is the next part here. So, alright, let's see. So now that questline is done. So I think one of the next main things, depending on where exactly this ends up going, one of the next things we'll probably start doing is this questline of taking the medallion to Kojo and encountering a strange-looking dagger that Shadow Priests are a little familiar with from Legion. Stay tuned.